We get
Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Rocco, and welcome to a review of Something is Killing the Children, Volume 1,
Yes.
Compendium.
Book 1, it goes
Book
from
1.
issue 1 through 15. Obviously, it's from Boom Studios, written by James Tinian the Fourth, art by Werther Deladera, and Mikel Muerto. All right. As Rocco shows you some of the artwork, it's almost like it's an independent kind of, almost like a painted, almost surrealistic style, and it works perfectly for the book. Originally, I wasn't a big fan of the art, but as it grew, it matched it perfectly. So now,
What in particular of the art? Not exactly a traditional comic book.
Yes, not at all.
It is more of still pictures.
Yeah, well, I mean, all right. Here we get into a little more, PBJ would be better at this, but you have something that's called, you have sequential art, and then you have, I guess, I'm not sure, still motion art or whatever, static, and yeah, it's not your typical wham, bam, pow, kapow type stuff. It is, static, but there's nothing wrong with that at all. Now, give them a quick synopsis for those who have not read the book, have heard a lot about it, or haven't heard anything about it. Take it away.
All right, so beyond reading the blurb that's you can read anywhere, it's a small town. We're in the Midwest. The book opens right into the horror, which you gotta love. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare that's come to life. And literally, as the title says, something is killing the children. Lots of children, a lot of children.
I think like 19. I think it hits.
It might hit it could be in the 20s when this is all said and done. And you have this main character,
Eric
Slaughter, who is a professional killer of these monsters.
Yes.
She's part of a secret society.
The Order of St. George.
Yes. And she's been trained, obviously taken from a young age because she herself is a victim.
Yep.
And it's her mission in life to rid the world of these monsters and to save the children.
I guess.
So in that sense, I have to say, not exactly the most original plot line.
No, but that's where, it develops itself. You have a conflicted character who, even though she wants to kill these monsters who are killing the children, she still hates not what she is, but who she works for.
The organization is in between. They save children, but they also into damage control.
Yes, all but
that. The damage control that it's often cruel, abrupt, and wide-ranging, sweeping. So basically, you're a witness. There is no Men in Black, amnesia light. No. You're eliminated.
If you know too much, you will, you're sleeping with the fishes. Exactly.
And again, the magic in the storytelling is the character development, the backstories, the plot, the new characters who are traumatized, which are the children, the survivors. There's survivor guilt. There's bloodshed. There is adults. The adults that are impacted by this because of the loss of kids and what the hell is going on. In that sense, and in the depth, it's what elevates the pretty typical plot line into something spectacular.
Yeah, no, well, we know the writer has a deft touch with dialogue. He's already written many. He's currently writing Batman. He's written other big books for DC and other companies. So in this, independent, graphic novel, he has free reign to really flexes, writing muscles, so to speak. And pretty much anything is fair game. And as you mentioned before, Erica was a victim herself. And I love the fact that he gives you information about the order, about the monsters, but yet not everything. You get glimpses into the past, you get glimpses into the order itself, but you really don't know everything. And originally, I had heard that this book was supposed to be 4 to 5 issues, maybe one arc only. And the success of the book just catapulted to a full-fledged, series, which is awesome. It was nominated for a 2020 Eisner Award as the best new series. Obviously, it did not win, but because hey, people always knock horror books, so whatever. But that's neither here nor there. And it's something, as far as comics are concerned and the spec aspect of it all, it was a book that wasn't widely available at first, that went into multiple printings, I think up to like 7 or 8 of the first issue. And if anyone, the comic fans, can attest to this, each successive printing, makes the book more popular, which in turn, then you have other issues after that, which had low print runs, which makes the books extremely valuable. And now the success of the book has made it optioned, and it's going to be on Netflix sooner rather than later. Getting back to the story, is there anything that really stuck to you, Raka, or anything that you want to put out there as far as you didn't understand, or people should really look forward to? Or
No, and here's where I just want to get a little. I will warn you that there could be some spoilers abound here, because what I'm going to throw out there is more a question. And again, I agree with you in its terms of the storytelling is what really drives it. Yep. The work does carry, you have no shortage of gore and blood. My assumption, when again, I love it that you don't have to spell everything out, is that the children have fears, and due to situations, maybe, well, most likely a paranormal element here, manifest your nightmares into monsters, and the monsters need to feed on children to grow big and strong and even more killers. So with that said, I would love to see how this kind of translates into the big screen, into Netflix series. And I do wonder, it's kind of like Stranger Things, right?
I mean, in a way.
In a way, because it's really children, or those touched with the vision, stabbing in the temple or something, that can see these monsters.
Yeah, only
you can witness the killing, but you don't actually see it unless you're a child.
Monsters. So yeah, it's pretty effed up.
Yeah, again, there's a paranormal, a definite horror, slasher, gore to it. There's a secret society. He throws a lot of elements in there, and I do like how you had mentioned he lets a little bit at a time seep out, so that you're intrigued, you're captivated, you're interested, and you're entertained all at the same time. And I did find this really, really interesting. Hard to put down. I finished it in 3 days, and I would like to go back to it to really enjoy the artwork and the way it plays out. I just wanted to know more every day, so I just kept reading and reading. Now, as it does translate into a series, I assume it to be live action, and it's going to fill a good void that something like Stranger Things, which completely dropped the ball and been derailed for a long time. I don't think anybody gives a damn.
I mean,
when it comes out,
it's like you got to watch it, right? But and now there's, but we'll get into that later on.
Yeah, we're going to, but I am very interested to see this play out. I hope that it carries enough of a following that it's not one of those shows that here you go, it's canceled, it gets dropped really quickly.
I
That's why one of the purpose that we
title
are
in itself,
highlighting this is that you can catch on to it, grab it, read it, enjoy it, and then look forward to see the projected end of the year or beginning of next year on Netflix. End of 22 or 23 is the projected date for the
yeah,
Netflix vehicle.
it's freaking, I just hope, speaking of Netflix, that they don't, which I don't think they will. I mean, that they don't neuter it. And
They have a good person running it who brought a few horror movies to light.
okay, that's good.
So I believe one of the House of Horrors or something that so they have a horror person who's going to, I guess, be the showrunner or project manager of this. It definitely like to Strain and other things. You hope that it doesn't lose. You're right, lose its original focus to big business. I don't want anything popular. I want it to keep to its integral self as much as possible and really make it a damn horrible, fearful nightmare. It's the way it should be.
I mean, look, the thing is with this book, it's not widely known. You have your, it's known in the circles, but your typical Marvel fan or DC fan is not going to know this book. And they have to search it and find it and read it and enjoy it, and it's awesome.
No, I think it's one of the best kept secrets. And again, I really wasn't aware of it until you brought it to my attention. And then you also brought to my attention that they're picking up another issue of this, continuing. Was it this month?
Well, this collects the first 15 issues. It went up to issue 20 as of September, and then it went on hiatus, which it should be coming back in end of March or early April, from what I heard. But in the meantime, there's a spin-off series, House of Slaughter, which is basically a prequel and focuses a lot on Aaron Slaughter, which,
So yeah,
he's a character in here.
Yes, to fill the void for people who don't know, Aaron Slaughter, I guess, is the last of the Black Mask. And the Black Mass is everybody in the cleanup crew of this house has masks. I mean,
well, you have the Black Mass, which you have
white mask.
Erica's part of that, Aaron's part of that, and then you have the White Mass. And the White Mass seem to be, which that is what something that could really be really juicy in the series. You could really up that up and do the whole high school thing and have the white masks and the black masks and so on and so forth. And because the white masks hate the black masks, and I don't want to spoil too much about it, but it seems like the white masks are super violent, super angry all the time, and while the black masks are not.
There's a scene where the white masks are just itching to kill everybody. Humans, the creatures, kids, you name it. They're like itching to clean up, and clean up means everyone's wiped out.
Yeah.
So
I did find interesting, and I did like, which in my second reread of it, I was like, whoa. I mean, not that I didn't grasp it, but I guess I didn't really focus too much on it. Each at least it seems that Erica has her own I'm not gonna say friend, but this
was her demon.
Stuffed animal. Yeah, well, catch up the bag.
Yes,
spoiler alert,
Yeah, well, we said spoiler before, so this is her demon. the one that was responsible for killing her parents and her sister and her friend. And this demon, again, this is why there's paranormal elements. This demon has been boxed or contained in her octopus childhood stuffed animal. Very creepy. And supposedly in her control. She can mold the demon to look any way she wants, but she chose to make the demon look as terrifying as possible to always remind her why she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah, and what the demon really is, or the monster really is, because we don't know if they're demons or the aliens or whatever. And if you guys know, no spoilers, because well, spoilers abound. But yeah, by the time I post this, I'll be caught up. So,
well, anyway, I've loved it. I give it a 4-star, 4 bloody knife rating. It is very enjoyable. It is right up my alley because I love dark, I love paranormal, I love horror. And so I highly recommend you pick it up. And I can't wait for the Netflix version of such. Izzy, what say you?
I mean, I'm not going to give it a perfect score because, hey, I leave that reserved for something else. Maybe we can come back and we review it again in some other time. But 4 out of 5, or 4.5 out of 5 bloody machete.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Go Erica. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, guys, thanks for liking, subscribing, keeping the comments and suggestions rolling in. You can email us as well at deaderdudes.gmail.com. And then we're everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and our podcast, where this will be featured in our podcast as we continue to deep dive into the world of comic books, one of our loves.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, which, hope you guys did, we'll bring you more. All right, thanks. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka. Save the waves.
Take care.